So, okay. Do you own the name already, Avinash? Gail?
No, in fact, we have held positions for clients, for a long time. So we still continue to hold. Although, I think we have not recommended any fresh buying in the last few months. But we feel that, in the pipeline kind of gas business, I think Gail is definitely uniquely positioned. I think probably, the subsidy issue is something which is still an overhang. But otherwise, I mean, longer term, I think definitely there's a good upside.
Okay, there is Gail. But as Pankaj said, what has the stock done actually over a period of time? It's not done very much. Let me just see what. So the stock's at about 360. It's showing a cut, 2.75% cut. I mean, over the last 1 year, the stock is down 16%. Last 6 months, it's down 15%. I mean, so last 1 month, it's down 10%. You can look at even longer time periods, and no, it's not really done anything at all. Most other oil stocks are. Gail is not a. You can't describe it as a upstream company. It's not a. It's not a refining company. Somewhere in between, but both upstream and downstream have done quite well over the same periods. But Gail hasn't. It's starting lower once again. Let's talk about Wipro, Avinash, next. What's your view on the name? It's up 25 odd % in the last 2 months.
I think profits were probably in line with what the street expected. I think very much in line with what the street expected. So numbers were in line. I think clearly the kind of acquisition they did recently, I think that would be a key factor to watch. What kind of trajectory we could expect from that acquisition, and more importantly on the margin front, I think probably the management commentary is important. I think what kind of order breakdown comes from the US. I think especially from the telecom vertical, which has seen a lot of volatility of late. So I would say that in all it's a good performance, not maybe as good as Infosys, but clearly I think in terms of the numbers what the street expected, I think the company delivered on that.
Can one buy this name this morning?
So I think
actually,
I would presume that I think I would be more comfortable on a Infosys and a TCS or maybe an HCL Tech rather than Wipro. I think probably one more quarter I would wait. I mean, they have obviously given a a moderate kind of guidance for the Q2, but if you look at the overall trajectory, I would say that maybe I would prefer to wait in case of Wipro, maybe Infosys, or maybe for that reason even a HCL Tech. I think which is a very dominant player in the IMS space. I would be putting my bets, Prashant, on these frontline IT companies.
Okay. So no to Wipro. Gail, you already hold, right? I mean, so that's that. Let's. Any thoughts on United Spirits, Avinash?
I think little bit of disappointment on the profitability numbers. Again, volumes were not all that great. I would still believe, Prashant, a lot of cleanup of the balance sheet yet remains to be done. And I think till that time, you're going to see some softness both on the operating EBITDA as well as on the bottom line. Clearly, I think United Spirits is definitely a large player in the spirits markets, and more importantly, at least for maybe a couple of quarters, you could see the numbers being either stagnating or maybe not what the street expects. Clearly, I think it's a long-term good opportunity if the stock corrects, but in the short term, I think you're not going to see any big upside on the stock.
That is one name which is again done very well. Numbers are good, numbers are bad, but over a period of time, it all kind of evens out, and the stock has continued to head higher. That is United